subclass 494 or subclass 186. In this video, we'll be discussing on the differences, eligibility criteria, and after visa conditions. Hi everyone, this is Amit, registered migration agent. So for the subclass 494, there are two streams: employer sponsored and the labor agreement. For 186, there are three: TRT, direct entry, and a labor agreement. The eligibility criteria is almost similar for both the visas. Now both require you to be under 45 unless concession applies. Both requires to have an English of 6 unless concession applies. Both require you to have a 3 years full-time experience unless concession applies. Now, the concession usually applies to the labor stream or some special occupations. It varies. Now, 494 is a provisional visa which leads you toward the permanent visa, which is called subclass 191. However, subclass 186 is a permanent visa which leads you toward the citizenship after meeting the eligibility criteria. Now, as I mentioned, with the two streams for the 494 and three streams for the 186. The two streams for the 494, that has the general requirements, and the concession applies to the labor agreement, which means it depends upon which agreement or which labor agreement you are going through. So that has a different requirement, different occupation list over the concessions. For 186, if you go for the TRT temporary stream, it means you must have held a 482 visa and you have worked for that visa for 2 years. Then after that you can apply for the 186 in TRT stream. For the direct entry stream, you do not need to hold a specific visa. You must need a 3 years full-time experience. We are done. However, for the labor agreement, you must have held a subclass 482 in the labor agreement stream. Then you can apply for the 186 in the labor agreement. Now, the skill assessment. 494 requires you to have a skill assessment. However, for 186, the skill assessment is not compulsory in TRT stream unless there is an exemption in the labor agreement as well. For direct entry, you must have a skill assessment. Now, there are usually specific questions asked. Do the qualifications are compulsory for them? See, it depends upon. If you do not have a qualification, it can be replaced by the experience. Now, both full-time, part-time and casual experience can be counted subject to meeting the other eligibility criteria. So this thing you need to clearly understand. I have a lot of questions people ask that can part-time be considered, can casual be considered? Yes, they can be considered, as I mentioned, subject to meeting the other eligibility criteria in the employment arrangements. Now, once you have this visa, what happens? There is no condition for 186. However, for 494, you must stay in the regional area and work for your employer. After that, once you get a permanent residency, you are free to go. So that's a big difference with these two visas. You have to be very careful while selecting the visa or which pathway you go through. If you still need any issue, or need any information, any concern, you can contact our team or book an online appointment or comment below down this video. Thank you.